What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I am DJ, aka Token Black Guy. If you're new here for the first time, hit that like button, subscribe button, and Happy New Year, man! It's 2022 finally. Like I said before, I appreciate all you guys who subscribed for me in the past couple months. We were able to hit my goal of 100 subscribers for the end of the year. I'm actually kind of excited about that. Like I said, I started off YouTube just kind of like as a hobby, so it's kind of nice to hit a goal and see that there's over 100 of you guys now that like to watch me babble on about stuff that I enjoy and nerd out on. But since it's a new year, I figure we'll start off with something referring to 2022. And as you see from the clip right here, it's The Simpsons. It's their top 10 predictions of 2022. Now, we know The Simpsons have been known to predict the future on the show. You know, as you see here, Trump in the escalator scene was a prediction that came true, and there's many more that they've predicted come true. You know, conspiracy, Illuminati, we don't know, but here's what they got predicted, quote unquote, for 2022. Let's check it out.
The Simpsons predicted Donald Trump's presidency in 2000.
Yes, they did.
Three-eyed fish would be found near a power plant in the 90s.
Yep.
And of course, they predicted the Siegfried and Roy tiger attack. But what
They got a
predictions
good track
haven't come
record.
true yet? Could 2022 be the year? Well, here are the top 10 Simpsons 2022 predictions that will blow your mind. Let's dive in. Kicking off the list at number 10, VR. The Simpsons didn't predict VR at all. That was a concept that's been around for a long time.
Okay.
It's just now getting good. I mean, recently I got an Oculus, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I felt sick when I tried to use that.
I want one of those.
You have to throw items at bad guys. I actually get anxious. My heart races. Olivia straight up cried when she tried it. It's a whole process.
It's not that
This
serious,
is pretty
dude.
powerful technology. Like, this is Black Mirror stuff. The
Yeah.
Simpsons predicted that VR could possibly go wrong back in 2016. The episode titled Friends and Family has the town excited over this new
Frockulous.
tech that's finally arrived. And they're so into it that eventually people are walking in the streets wearing these goggles. They're getting hit by cars. They're losing touch
the
with
metaverse
reality.
supposed to come out
We see
with
disconnection
Facebook.
from reality all the time. We saw it in WALL-E. With Facebook going the virtual route recently with the introduction of the metaverse,
Yeah.
I believe that The Simpsons undermined the dangers for this one. You thought pop-ups and sketchy links were bad for children on Facebook? Well, soon we're going to be walking into this actual virtual website. $3 billion worth of VR was sold during the pandemic. Connection
I
like
want
these, I
one.
mean, that's
I
great
want
and all, but
this.
how far can we really go? Number 9.
I want Ready Player
Mars.
One, actually.
Let me ask you lovely people a question, truly. If you could go to Mars right now with like 3 of your friends, would you actually go?
I would go
Keep in mind,
right now in a heartbeat,
obviously.
one-way
Unless you're
ticket.
an astronaut, botanist,
I'm
like
good.
Matt Damon, odds are you'd probably have a rough go once you did arrive. But in the future, sure, maybe
I'll
it'll be
become
a
a
round
Martian.
trip, easy. Going to Mars might be as
I'll
simple
move
as
to Mars
going
in a
to the
heartbeat.
mall. The Simpsons showed a family visit to the Big Red Planet come 2051, but honestly, I think we'll get there a lot sooner. SpaceX is already planning to send people out there. It's crazy. It's happening so fast.
All those
It's
sponsors
just a
on there.
quick 9-month trip there, so make sure your phone's charged. And also, you gotta watch out for the galactic cosmic rays. It's actually more beneficial for the team to travel during the peak times around 2030 and 2050 because trips to the planet will be shorter, for one, which is great, and they'll also coincide with periods of solar maximum. So while this one may not come true in 2022, let me tell you, it's definitely around the corner. Number 8, robots. We're at a point now where robots can straight up do parkour. Boston Dynamics is trending every other week. Half the time I can't even tell if their videos are real.
That is Cybernet. That is the Roger machines right there.
Also, the fact that I'm saying the robots, like, where are we right now? What's going on? The Simpsons have touched on robots taking over. That was an idea that's been done a few times.
Yeah.
In 2012, they predicted that a great amount of jobs would be lost to the robots. But back
That's
in
happening.
1994, the Simpsons episode titled Itchy and Scratchy Land showed a theme park full of robots that go crazy and attack civilians. Also, we have Sophia the robot now. She's actually been on talk shows. It's like a real person.
that crazy looking thing.
Citizenship. She's the first
No
robot
way.
to receive citizenship from a country. Saudi Arabian citizen. She's a robot. This is real life. She was also on the CNBC saying that she wanted to destroy humans at one point. So this could slowly be underway. I mean, I hope not. iRobot is literally one of my biggest fears. The movie predicted self-driving cars. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
How can I be of service, Detective?
That's Telsa right
Number
there.
7, Dome Sweet Dome. For this one, we're looking at the Simpsons movie, which definitely still holds up if you haven't seen it. Check it out after this video. That's a fun time. But with the pandemic seeming to never end, could we possibly see our own towns domed up? This idea came long before the Simpsons
I don't
movie.
know about
Back in
that.
the 70s, there were talks about putting a dome over Manhattan.
That's off that show, The
Dome over Midtown that regulates weather and pollution. It
I
sounds
don't have
fun, but
prediction.
imagine if that actually had been built. Imagine what we have been doing with it now during the initial COVID outbreak. would have been
I mean-
madness. People would have been storming it like a castle. And then in
lot of
2010,
people
there
down
was a
better.
city planned that was supposed to be built in 2020. It was called Eco City. It was supposed to be built in the Mir Mine in Siberia. It was announced in 2014 officially. This climate-controlled dome city, 4.5 square kilometers, but since 2016, the project lost the dome. What do you guys think? Should we use domes over cities, lose the umbrella, and just live in a big glass ball forever?
I mean, if pollution gets
I would
bad
do it.
enough, might
Try
have
walk
to.
in puddles. Number 6, the World Cup. An episode from 1997 called The Cartridge Family shows Mexico and Portugal going head-to-head in football. Like soccer football, not like football, like a football thing. You got it. Springfield residents are told to go see this match to determine which nation is the greatest on Earth, Mexico or Portugal. So in 2018, when the World Cup rolled around, pun intended, fans were excited that this was actually coming true. But at the same time, they had a laugh determining that Ronaldo must have missed that penalty intentionally so that the prediction would come true. A lot of people, it's just a mistake. But recently, it's been announced that Qatar will host the tournament in November, December 2022, rather than the usual June, July dates. Another World Cup, another chance for The Simpsons to add another prediction to
I mean,
their
that'd be more
list.
just a
Number 5,
coincidence than an
flying
actual
cars.
prediction.
We've been talking about flying cars for so
They-
long.
I
wouldn't
just saw
even
the
call
flying
this a
car got
Simpsons
released
prediction
today.
Anymore,
Yeah,
but
yesterday.
they've nailed it before, so who knows? 2022 could be the year we say goodbye to tires forever. In 2005, Professor Fink created this machine to let Bart and Lisa see the future. The future at that point was 2013, which is long since passed. But Marge had left Homer because he spent all their savings on an underwater house. But also in this episode, we see hover cars. Come 2017, the concept of a futuristic hover car was revealed. It's called Float, the Renault car of the future.
As a
So come
concept.
2022, we might not see these exactly, but we might get an even cooler version. We might get this 6-person hover car. That's like something that Fantastic Four rolls around with. Are you kidding me?
That
It's
looks
called the
crazy.
Psycho car. I'm absolutely going to get my license just for this. Number 4, music control. You ever listen to an album and it's so good that it moves you? Sometimes it'll literally move you, right? You have to go and bop around in the kitchen for a bit, get all those beats out. But what if music moved you in like a Pied Piper kind of way? What if next time you heard the Cha-Cha Slide at a wedding, you had to do the Cha-Cha
I mean,
Slide? In 2001, an episode called
some
New
people
Kids
are
on the
like that.
Lake showed Bart in a band that was
I remember that
secretly a
episode.
mind control device for the Navy. Subliminal messaging through music. Love it. One of their most popular
Yeah.
tracks was called Drop Da Bomb, so obviously it was a bit more obvious where they're going. But this isn't a new idea either. Many people have thought that hip-hop brainwashes people. Even
Hip-hop.
The Game, like the artist The Game, believes that the internet is brainwashing people into enjoying whack music, as he says.
That's just a
it's real life
fad in
quote
this,
from a real
like,
artist. What do we think? Are we
trends and
slowly being
stuff.
brainwashed through music? I mean,
They said
every
about
time I
every
open
gen-
TikTok, I end up
that's not
dating another
prediction, I
classic
don't
that I
think.
loved once, so maybe
But
it's
every
just
generation has
we're
said the
seeing
same
it too
thing
much.
about new
Also,
music
love how
going
hip-hop
coming
is like
around.
the center of attention for brainwashing the youth. No, it's literally like, yeah, I got 4
It's
jobs,
not about
I
rock
make
music
bank,
that had,
I
like,
don't
subliminal
sleep, I
message
work
played
my
it
ass
backwards
off.
back in the
Meanwhile,
day,
other
so-
genres are like, I think he's cheating on me. You should go through his phone. Number 3, VR food. The Simpsons had their 600th episode centered around VR. As I mentioned earlier, it's a pretty big deal. It's a technology that's changing lives, really. And those midnight snacks might get a whole lot better in the future, apparently. I swear to God, one time when I was dozing off watching TV, I tried to eat food that wasn't there. I tried to half asleep and eat food.
You
It was the
sleep
dumbest
eater.
thing I've ever done. But could you imagine if a pizza pocket just magically appeared in your hand in the middle of the night? Well, the Simpsons predict that this virtual reality food might just be a thing. Scientists at Cornell University found out that cheese tastes better when you eat it in a certain pleasant VR setting. So if you see me eating shredded cheese at 2 a.m. naked with goggles
know
on
about
in my
that.
room, leave me alone, okay? Don't
That's
judge
kind
me.
of
I'm in
a
Paris. I'm dining
far
out. I'm having a
stretch on
culinary
that.
experience. Shut the door on your way out of Paris. Get out of my room. Number 2, digital Big Ben. You ever look at a clock with hands and all that jazz, and it takes you a while to actually read it? You're like doing addition. You're like, hey, is that a 2 or a 3? Where's that hand? Why is there 4 hands? Some timepieces need to be digital, right? Middle of the night, you can't see time. You're looking
Yeah.
over to see how long you've been asleep for. You can't look at hands and all that jazz. Also, when you go to a wedding, you're not wearing a digital wristwatch, right? You know what I mean? You're not a spy kid. You're not going to be timing people doing laps. You're trying to look good. You're trying to keep it classy. The Big Ben, I hope, never goes digital, but never say never. In an episode from 1995, the future shows Lisa traveling to England to meet her future husband's parents, and the Big Ben is digital at this point. Now, today, construction is still being done on the Big Ben, and we won't hear its chimes until next summer, but could you imagine when they finally reveal it, instead of a chime, you hear a beep? Imagine every
That
hour
was
you get a
funny, though.
notification instead of hearing those lovely bells. I lose my mind. And finally, number 1, hologram mail. Coming from season 11, episode 17, Bart to the Future, we get another tease at some future tech. A mailman gives Bart a letter, but it packs quite the punch. Bart opens it up, and the letter is, well, it's 4D. It's like a hologram person. It's almost like
Man, I
Star
can see
Wars.
that happen.
Honestly, since I saw Star Wars
Not
when I was
here,
like
but
little tot, I
teacher.
always wanted that technology in my life. That would be amazing. VR food sounds delicious, but hologram mail, that would save lives. I would send so many letters to my friends and family. I'd wear a cloak in all of them too, and I'd be so ominous. And I would never click stop. I would just stand there and walk out of frame. You know what I mean? That's how all the villains do it. If we get virtual mail, that would lead us to virtual packages. No more shipping fees? Oh, can you imagine? But also, no more eagerly awaiting your package that's been delayed for 2 weeks. We can actually use this. This is great. This is the future we've been waiting for. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Most Amazing Top 10. I've been your host, Taylor McWatters. Those are some Simpsons predictions. Comment down below which ones I've missed, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
All right. That's not, I mean, they have some good points in there, like going to Mars. I think that's going to happen. And what else? The Oculus stuff, that's happening now. But it's something that's kind of far-fetched and everything. But it is Simpsons, so you never know. But as far as happening this year, 2022, I don't know. That was more of just a prediction in general, like, you know, it could happen in the future kind of thing, not necessarily this upcoming year, you know. But let me know what y'all thought down below about this prediction. Do you have any predictions for 2022? Until next time, guys, I will see you when I see you. Peace.